Okay, by the time you see this presentation, you should have gone through your assessment 1 and preparing your assessment 2. Now let's plan ahead in terms of assessment 3. It is due on the 26th of January 2018, but I think it is always a great idea to plan ahead. Now, let's look at what the assessment wants us to do. The assessment is actually about writing a marketing report, as mentioned here. Okay, and it contains the marketing strategy, if you like. So, if you look at the tasks, basically, they refer to a construction of a marketing plan, towards a marketing plan. It is not a complete marketing plan, but it contains the key points of marketing plan. Okay, you can work in as an individual assessment or pair work. So if you can find another team member, please feel free to do so, and please let me know. And the length of the assessment is 2,500 words plus minus 10%. Now that word limit does not count the title page, the reference list, the table of content. Okay, so that word limit only includes the main reports, your introduction, your situation analysis, your strategy, and so on and so forth, and also your conclusion. Okay. Right, so it is due. It is due on Sunday of Module 6, and again, as mentioned to you before, ignore this Sunday Module 6 week 12. Okay, it is due on Friday, as mentioned to you before. It is due on Friday. 26 January 2018, on or before. Okay, so you can upload it on or before Friday, 26 January 2018. Okay, right. So let's have a look at the tasks, and we'll discuss them. Okay. Please select an organization, product, or service. Okay. And you need to conduct a full analysis of this business for your marketing report. Okay, and again, the marketing report is basically in the report format. You don't need to write an executive summary, and look, I wouldn't recommend that because the assessment doesn't require you to do so. In real life, a marketing plan does require an executive summary, but this assessment doesn't require you to do so. And if you insist to do so, you may have challenge in terms of word limits. Okay. Okay, and please make sure that it is submitted in Word document. Okay, through your assessment link, not the other word processor such as PDF. So make sure it is in Word document. Okay. And please use formal writing style. Therefore, you do not write it in the first person perspective. And I noticed that some students still use that in the on the other assessments. So please make sure that you avoid doing that. And make sure you use references. API referencing style is the one that the school has adopted. And I also noticed that some students need to work on the referencing style. Please understand the referencing guide, and I have posted in my announcement a couple of weeks ago. Please download the writing guide that the uni has outlined. Okay, because you're going to lose significant mark if you don't have references in particular, and you'll also lose marks if you do not reference it properly. Okay. Right, now these are the tasks that I'd like to discuss with you, and I have another, I have copied and pasted to my own Word document that I'd like to discuss with you. And right, this is the one I'd like to share with you. Okay, so these are the tasks. Okay, first, we need to outline an introduction. Okay, the purpose of this introduction is to establish the purpose or content of the report. So what are you going to report? What are you going to write? Right? You are writing a report of what? Okay, and you introduce that. Okay, and what does report contain? Okay, and second, the company background. So this is where you outline a brief information about the company and the selected product or service. Okay, so this one should be easy, I guess. Everyone, look, you should know what product that you're working on, that you want to analyze in this report. Okay, and no one should know that better than you, basically. Okay, now in my experience, a lot of people basically write a good report on the company background. So the company background itself is fine, but when it comes to a specific products that that the report needs to focus on, a lot of people have forgotten about it. Okay, so make sure you also include the product and service details. Okay, a brief detail. Okay, now the next one is the situation analysis. As we discussed in Module 1, situation analysis contains the macro environmental analysis and micro environmental analysis. Now the first one here that we need to address is the macro environmental forces. And we know that we can use PAST model, okay, political, economic, social, cultural, and technological. And if you are fine with the PASTEL or STEP or STEEP model, they are fine. They're just the same thing, okay? But what I'd like to highlight to you in this instance is make sure you analyze in particular the changes of specific past forces, okay, that affect the business. Okay. And the second thing I'd like to highlight to you is please make sure that you show the data or facts to support your arguments. Okay, it's so you need to differentiate between your personal information, personal opinion, and also the facts or data. Okay? Can we use our personal opinion? Yes, we can. We can use personal opinion built on the data, right? So we interpret the data, therefore we give the meaning of the data, what it means. Okay, so yes, it is actually part of our critical thinking. Okay, critical analysis skills. Okay, right now the next one is about SWOT analysis. Okay, and that actually includes strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Now I discussed with you guys examples about strengths and weaknesses. Okay, strengths and weaknesses. Make sure you relate that to assets, capability, or resource of the organization. What are the examples? Well, they include assets such as brand, like brand awareness, brand reputation, okay, brand image, okay, financial resources, human resources like their own talent, or business experience, right? The organization has been in business for more than 50 years or 100 years, for instance, okay? And you can also consider assets, the other assets such as business process, okay? Access to customers, access to suppliers, and so on and so forth, right? So please go through a SWOT topic that we discussed before, okay? And opportunities and threats, okay? Now this one here is the area where you need to relate that to past, right? Your past analysis. The favorable past analysis should go here, and threats, the unfavorable past, and competitors, either current and future competitors. Okay, now just to be consistent, I just put it that way. Okay, there you go. Okay, to be consistent with the other one. Okay, there you go. So hopefully that will be more consistent. Okay, just want to save it to my own discussion. Wow. Okay. Okay, so that's basically SWOT in a nutshell. Now, the next one is competitive analysis. Okay, we need to outline two competitor products or services. Again, no discounts. We are not Woolies and Coles. Okay, so if the assessment requires you to outline two, then it has to be two. Okay, so what do we have to analyze? What do we have to analyze in our competitor analysis? Okay, explain why they are our competitors. Okay, explain why they are our competitors. What makes them our competitors? Okay, what makes them our competitors? Now we need to understand the term competitors basically is related to deploying similar strategies to us, as we discussed in module 1. Okay. What do we mean by strategies? Well, that includes target market. Okay, marketing strategy includes target market, positioning, and also marketing mix variables. So if they deploy similar strategies in those terms, then they are our competitors. Okay, right. Now the next one is to discuss their marketing mix variables. Okay, here you can use your marketing mix, outline their marketing mix variables, all right, to show a brief comparison, okay, of their marketing mix variables. Okay, what about if you use a table? Can you use a table? Yes, you can. Let's say you use table. Okay, this is our table. This is our table. Okay, competitor 1, 2. Okay, product price, place, promotion. Okay, competitor 1. You need to show the name of the competitor. Okay, what name of the competitor? Okay, and competitor 2. Okay, name. All right, and you outline their product. Okay, price, placement, and promotion. Okay, how what product they offer. Okay, if they offer a range of product, you write a range of product, and you can also outline or highlight the flagship of the product. Okay, what price range that they offer? Okay, probably from A to Z. This is the price range that they're offering. Let's say from $20 to $30, for instance, and placement, how they distribute the product, and promotion, how they promote it. They go using TV or advertising through TV, magazine, and so on and so forth, or social media, and so on and so forth. Okay, now this is a table. Okay, remember, if you use table, okay, move it, okay, to appendix. Okay, move it to appendix. Okay, and you put your analysis in on your main report. Okay, right. The next one is consumer buyer characteristics. Okay, here we talk about the level of involvement. Okay, whether it is high, low. Okay, you need to substantiate it. Okay, and please go back to your learning material. And after that, look at the factors affecting the buying decision process. Okay, there are the factors affecting buying decision process actually includes these guys here, the situational, psychological, okay, and also some other influences as well, including personal. Okay, so have a look at it. Okay, go back to the previous presentation as well, and also previous the previous module. And the next one is now the above, basically until E, we actually do what we call a situation analysis or environmental scanning. Okay, and again, as mentioned to you before, I would suggest that whatever your career will be in the future, please understand how you perform environmental scanning properly. Okay, because you will need it. Whatever career that you pursue, you'll need that skill and knowledge to perform the situation analysis. And the next one is after we establish the context, after we establish the situation, then we write our own strategy. Okay, again, what is marketing strategy? They include target market, positioning, and marketing mix variables. They are strategy. Okay, so from F and so on and so forth, they are our marketing strategy. Okay, now for target market, we have segmentation analysis and targeting analysis. Okay, targeting strategy. Now For segmentation analysis, please make sure that you use 4 segmentation variables. Okay, you use 4 segmentation variables, no discounts. Okay, in fact, you can also add with Roy Morgan value segment. Okay, that will attract. I will be impressed, and especially if you link the two, the 4 segmentation variables and Roy Morgan value segments. Okay, that will be impressive. Okay. And targeting strategy, you look at, please look at the concepts such as undifferentiated, okay, undifferentiated, differentiated, concentrated, or niche, concentrated or niche, okay. So they are the ones that you want to look at, and I doubt if your business will perform micro marketing. Okay. And in this assessment, I would also recommend you to focus on consumer market, as mentioned to you a few times, not business markets, okay? And then we have the positioning strategies. Now, positioning strategies, the outcome of positioning strategy is the positioning statement, okay? How do you get there? Well, look, one of the things that I would highlight to you is please make sure you draw a positioning map before you write a positioning map. Okay, before you write a positioning statement, please draw a positioning map. Okay, because that positioning map will help you. Okay, to understand where your brand sits in the competition. Therefore, you will show in the positioning map, you will show your own brand. Okay, and your competitor's brand. Okay. And how do we draw a positioning map? Well, you need to establish the attributes, the attributes that you think important. Okay. At least for your positioning map, you can use price and quality. Okay. High price, low price, high quality, low quality. Okay. And after that, you write a positioning statement. Okay. Positioning statement. Okay. Now, in terms of positioning statements, how do you write it? Well, look at the formula. Look at the how do we the formula to write a positioning statement. It is normally written as to whom you're what in the nutshell. To whom you're what. Okay. As mentioned to you before, it sounds like when you present yourself in the job interview. Okay. In the job interview, you may get a question about, tell me about yourself. The interviewer may ask that kind of question. So it is about you position yourself, right? To this future employer, you are what? Okay, what concept? Okay, this reflects your promise. Okay, or those to be the complete one actually to whom? Okay, or target market to target market. Okay, to what target market with what need? Okay, our brand is what concept? Okay, which is basically about the attributes. Okay, with what point of difference? Okay, which is basically the reason to believe. Okay, and in the previous webinar, I also gave you an example using a real life business in Australia. So have a look at it, okay? That example actually shows you how to write a target market in the positioning statement, not target market in the complete way, okay? Again, for the target market in the complete way, you need to have the, you need to use the 4 segmentation variables, okay? For a positioning statement, the target market and your positioning statement should be linked back to your target market that you outline here. So look at the, you can look at the site graphic, or look step back after you outline the 4 segmentation variables. Step back and ask yourself, okay? Ask yourself, what would be a single word or single statement to describe the target market using the 4 segmentation variables, okay? All right, now let's move on to key brand strategies. Okay, now in the last session we discussed about family or individual branding strategy. Okay, family or individual branding strategy. Okay, discuss that which branding strategy that your brand adopts. Okay, You can also look at it from the brand development strategy. Okay, that includes line extension. Okay, brand extension, multi-brand. Oops, typing error. Multi-brand and new brand. Okay, so they are the ones that you want to look at. Okay. All right. Now the next one is the marketing mix variables. Okay. Now in the previous session we discussed marketing mix variables. We discussed product decision. Okay, and I did highlight. These are the three concepts that you want to include: classification of product service. Okay. Again, please focus on consumer market. Okay, and 3 levels of product. Okay, you need to make decision about the. You need to explain the core customer value or core product, actual product, and augmented product, and identification of product mix that include the width, line, and depth. Okay, please go through the previous session. Now, after the break, we are going to discuss pricing, placement, and also promotion, basically, and they are the ones that we are going to discuss. And if you look at that, in terms of pricing, we need to apply the relevant pricing strategies that may be used and associated terminology concepts. Okay, so you need to make you need to offer what pricing strategy that they adopt, referring to the concepts. Okay, please refer to the concept for this one, and also pricing concepts. And the other thing that you also want to show is the specific price range. Okay, they may offer a number of products, and you show the range of the product or service that they offer. Okay, it is ranging from here to here. For instance, it is ranging from $220 to $250, for instance. Okay, please specify that, right? And then placement, these are the 2 decisions that you need to, these are the 2 concepts that you need to use: marketing distribution channel strategy and distribution coverage strategy. Okay, we are going to discuss this concept again after the break. And after that, we discuss the promotion tools, and there are 5 tools, and your text also includes the product placements. And the 5 major tools include advertising, personal selling, sales promotion, public relations, and direct digital marketing. Some authors include direct digital marketing in one section, okay, which is fine. Or if you want to split them, that is also fine, okay. And after that, the extended marketing mix variables that include people, process, physical evidence, and partnership, okay. People here basically includes the staff who are involved in producing the service for the customers, supporting the service for the customers. Think about your business. Who are these people? Okay. Process include the system to produce or generate the service for the customers or support the customers. Okay. And physical evidence include tangible and intangible cues to symbolize that service is delivered and the support is delivered for the customers. If you think about retail industry, for instance, the store ambience is an example of the physical evidence. If you look at stores, retail channel, for instance, the way they design the store, the logo, for instance, that they show in the store basically reflects the physical evidence. Okay, the merchandise that they show, part of the physical evidence. And partnership includes all other business functions that are involved in this in generating the service and also providing the support for the customers. Okay. And then conclusions. Now look, I have the experience that here we have actually mentioned that the conclusions should be related to the key findings. And in my experience, a lot of people have a kind of detachment, if you like, in terms of looking at the conclusions and also the analysis. Okay, we need to relate the conclusion to the key findings. Okay, so what are the key findings in here? Well, look, ask ourselves, what is our report? Our report is actually about the entire marketing strategy, the situation analysis and marketing strategy. So we expect you to explain the situational analysis, to highlight the key finding of the situational analysis, and the key and the strategy. Okay, so that's what we expect. Okay, in brief. And don't forget about references, as mentioned up there. Please make sure you include in-text citations and an alphabetical reference list. Okay. Now, this is the extra thing I'd like to remind you all. Please refer to the assessment brief for details. This presentation is basically, pinpointing you to the relevant tools, concepts, and also remind you about what we have discussed so far and what we'll discuss to help you. Okay. And also make sure that you go through your e-text, your learning resources, video presentations that I've uploaded in the first announcement that I posted. You'll be able to find video presentation in links to video presentation of all modules. Okay, aside from the modules aside from our webinars that are also recorded, you also have the video presentation. Okay. And outline the concepts briefly, and it is due on or before Friday, 26 January 2018. And good luck.